And West Virginia is trying to make it 7 in a row against their rivals, the Terrapins of Maryland. This Maryland team, so young, so many true freshmen. Hey, Darius Walker, you played as a true freshman. What was that like?
I got to tell you guys, it's not easy to play as a true freshman in an atmosphere like what we have here today. I'm on the field and I'm monitoring the body language of some of the Maryland players, specifically some of those freshmen. You guys talked about freshman wide receiver Stefon Diggs. They also got a freshman at quarterback in Perry Hills, and playing in this kind of atmosphere is difficult. I see them, they're looking around, they're kind of enamored. It's almost as if they're starstruck, but it's going to be important for them to play games and not worry about that crowd. But I keep you updated with everything that's happening here on the field.
All right, thanks so much, Darius. The head coach for this Maryland Terrapins team in his second season is Randy Edsel. Took over after spending 12 years at UConn. And for West Virginia, it's Dana Holgerson, also in his second season. Many could call him an offensive genius about what he's done in all of his stops, including here at West Virginia. Kicking off for the Mountaineers will be Corey Smith. Back deep for Maryland is that freshman, Stefon Diggs. We are set for football here in Morgantown. And that kick will go out of bounds. So good starting field position here for Maryland. Let's take a look at our Taco Bell impact players for Maryland.
You've got Maryland's impact players today. Stefon Diggs, we talked about his explosiveness and his knack for the ball. Perry Hills, a young quarterback that's getting better each week. We'll see how he does today. Joe Villano, he's the guy that has the motor and the engine, so watch number 72 on the defensive line.
Perry Hills under center for first down. On first down, the handoff is to Brandon Ross, and Ross picks up 2.
Saw some initial push on the offensive line there, but really quick reaction by the linebackers and the defensive line. Perry Hills here, the true freshman quarterback, first since 1999. Completions 50%, yards, touchdowns. You look at the interceptions, that's the big thing right there is the interceptions.
Second down and 8. Hills again checks over for the play call. Hills, his first pass attempt is complete to Kevin Dorsey. And Dorsey's able to get above the 40 to 41, picks up 4 yards. We'll set up third down and 4.
We talk about the quick game. This is how you get the freshman quarterback comfortable. The true freshman quarterback, footwork, quick releases, get the ball in their playmakers' hands and have them make a guy miss and get up the field.
Time of possession is so critical for this Maryland team against West Virginia. Hills in the shotgun. Justice Pickett in the backfield now. Hills. The pass is incomplete. Looking for Stefon Diggs. So a 3 and out is forced by West Virginia. Terrence Garvin was there on the coverage.
Well, you know where they're going to bring some pressure, but you got to make an accurate throw. It's got to be on the outside, not the inside where the defenders are coming from to be able to complete that ball. You see, he just loses it right there because it was just inside. He had to turn his body, and those are hard catches to make.
And not just that, but he was still going to be short of the first down.
Yeah, we'd had to make somebody miss in that situation, so make sure you know where the sticks are at.
Nathan Renfro to punt. Tavon Austin is back deep at his own 15. Austin says clear out. And now he'll pick it up and just sit right there at the 17-yard line, a 42-yard punt. West Virginia takes the field on offense. How about the Taco Bell impact players for the Mountaineers?
Well, they've got several, but you got to look at Geno Smith, the quarterback, how smooth he is in the pocket and elusiveness, the plays that he can make, second to none. Tavon Austin, the big receiver that can make a guy miss in air and run for a touchdown in one play. Stedman Bailey's the bigger guy, bigger frame, big hands. He can make any catch on the field.
This is a potent offense, to say the least. Geno Smith in the shotgun. On first down, Smith, the handoff to Andrew Bowie up the middle. Bowie able to spin away from one tackle up to the 20, picks up 3.
Really like his ability right there to hit a guy and contain his balance and put his arm on the ground and pick up 3 yards.
Geno Smith, the numbers on him, that was last week. 5 incomplete passes, so he was not as effective Joking, of course, as he was in the first game when he had 3.
Yeah, he's going to probably want that same response today.
On 2nd down and 7. Smith changing the play from the shotgun. Pressure, gets rid of it towards the sideline, and it is hauled in by Stedman Bailey. The high school teammates connect again for a first down. Isaac Goins there on the coverage.
And that's when you know your receiver so well that you can throw the ball before he's even looking. That's what Geno Smith did there. He felt the pressure from the blitz and actually put that ball high and outside. Stedman Bailey was the only one that can make that catch.
1st and 10 here for the Mountaineers at the 31. Empty backfield. Smith pressured again, gets rid of it. Completes the pass once again to Bailey. And Bailey forward progress. We marked down at around the 39-yard line, a pickup of 7 yards.
Jeremiah Johnson really came untouched off the left end. You see him right here. Puts a little hit on Geno Smith to let him know, hey, we're going to be in your face all day.
On 2nd and 3, Bowie back in the backfield. A quick pass to Jordan Thompson. And that's going to result in a loss of 1. Jeremiah Johnson, who just delivered that hit on Geno Smith, now gets the tackle for a loss.
Very active in the cornerback position right there. Geno Smith with the pressure. Expect a lot of quick passes if Maryland's going to keep up this type of defensive pressure through the middle and on the outside edges.
Clark and Bowie in the backfield on 3rd and 4. Geno Smith over the middle, overthrows his intended receiver, Tavon Austin. That's going to bring up a punt here for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, maybe they had a little miscommunication. He thought he was going to wrap it around the safety, but the safety had come down, so he threw the ball high in through the middle of the field, hoping that Tavon Austin would just run underneath it for a touchdown.
Corey Smith on to punt. Stefon Diggs is the deep man for Maryland. That's a big stand by the Maryland defense to stop this West Virginia offense on their first drive.
Got to credit the pressure they brought.
Smith, a good high, deep punt. Diggs back at the 13. He is very dangerous, tries to get to the outside. Diggs will be forced out of bounds as he crosses the 20 by Ryan Clark. A 51-yard punt, a 10-yard return. Both teams have had a possession. Neither team has scored. West Virginia and Maryland scoreless here 4 minutes into the first quarter. New defensive coordinator Brian Stewart getting his troops fired up. Well, we'd like to welcome the men and women in uniform serving around the world watching today's broadcast in 175 countries on AFN, the Armed Forces Network. Thank you for all that you do. Maryland will start at the 22. Searski and Ross in the backfield. The true freshman quarterback, the zone read, keeps it up the middle, gets twirled around forward for 3 yards by George Wright. This Maryland team, we talk about their youth. Already 12 true freshmen have played this season. They have 16 on the 2D.
Yeah, when you have that many freshmen playing, they know the coach's perspective, we have to be patient. From a player's perspective, you want to make big plays and contribute.
2nd down and 7, Brandon Ross in the backfield. Play action. Hills rolls out. The pass is complete to Matt Furstenberg, and Furstenberg will pick up the first down.
Stepped out of bounds. There's a little bit of room to run. If you look at the throw, pointed his shoulders, made a perfect throw right to the tight end, and he's able just to turn and get up the field, pick up that first down.
Matt Furstenberg, not a freshman. He's a senior. On first down, the handoff to Ross. And Ross will pick up 3 yards, tackled by Shaq Rao. Fox College Football is presented by Geico. There is a flag on the play.
47 on the defense, face mask, 15 yards, be added to the end of the run. First down.
That penalty is called against Doug Rigg. So that 3-yard gain now becomes an 18-yard gain.
Looks like they're moving into West Virginia's side of the field. Yeah, I don't think he purposely did that, but he just got his hand on there. Possibly could have been a 5-yard penalty instead of a 15.
2 tight ends in here on 1st and 10. Into West Virginia territory at the 48. Handoff again is to Ross, and Ross will get back the line of scrimmage. Shaq Rowell is there for his 2nd tackle.
Shaq Rowell making a statement right here with the defensive line, saying, you're not going to push me around. I'm going to be here and I'm going to be in your face and I'm going to play physical. And that's what this defensive line needs to do. They need to have somebody step up in that leadership role on the defensive line to stop the Terps early.
2nd down and 10. Hills drops back into the shotgun. Hills trying to set up the screen pass. They do for Ross. Ross, though, again, just getting back to the line of scrimmage. Terrence Garvin was there, not fooled at all.
Sure wasn't. The offensive line, you know, it's a timing play. The timing's got to be worked out perfectly. You got to fool the defensive line like you're throwing the ball. So the eyes of the quarterback have to be downfield, not on your receiver. That's why they were able to react fast.
3rd and 10. Justice Pickett is now in for Maryland in the backfield. Hills back to pass, throws quickly, completes it to Kevin Dorsey, and Dorsey gets the 1st down. So a big 3rd down conversion here for Maryland and the freshman quarterback, Perry Hills.
Perry Hills did a great job there of just dropping back, looking downfield, 1, 2, 3, and throw the ball. He didn't take any false steps. That's why he was able to put that pass on the money and pick up the 1st down.
And Kevin Dorsey, a 5th-year senior, preseason All-ACC. That's one of those guys that this young quarterback can count on. Wes Brown is now in for the 1st time, the freshman running back with Brandon Ross. 3 minutes taken off the clock on this drive here by the Terps. The handoff is to Ross, and Ross gets to the hole and gets up to the 30-yard line for a 5-yard pickup. Let's check in for our first game break of the day with Patrick O'Neill. Ohio State was tested last week by Cal. Now UAB with the early lead. No score here in Morgantown. Maryland marching down the field, facing a 2nd and 5. Play action, and Hills gets sacked. Ball comes loose, and it's picked up. Doug Rigg going the other way. Touchdown, West Virginia. One-yard fumble recovery for the touchdown for Doug Rigg.
Being a true freshman and a young quarterback, this is something that you have to really bounce back from. A turnover, a big play that created a touchdown. Get yourself together on the sideline, talk to your coach, and try to forget about it.
Tyler Bittencourt on for the extra point. It is good. West Virginia, their defensive coordinator Joe DeForest said we need at least 3 turnovers a game. They got one right there, a big one as Maryland was marching down. It goes 51 yards the other way for 6. 7-0 West Virginia.
Yeah, if you take a look at Darwin Cook right here, he's just going to fire the safety fire play here. Uses his speed and his ability to get on the quarterback, was deep too. Disguised it really well. Made a big hit, and that's what created the fumble.
Doug Rigg took it 51 yards the other way. 2nd fumble recovery for a touchdown this year for West Virginia. They had one against Marshall in week 1. Tyler Bittenkurt to kick off. Stefon Diggs is back deep at his own 5. And the ball came off the tee.
I wonder if he just whiffed it.
It was that giant gust of wind that blew it off right there.
Yeah, he did whiff. He did whiff.
If it were golf, that would be 1 stroke.
I've seen you hit it like that.
Far too many times. All right, now we're ready again. Diggs will get a chance to return this one from the 5. Stefon Diggs looking for some room, doesn't have much as he is down at the 20. Number A or letter A?
Letter A.
Okay. Brandon Ross in the backfield on first down. The handoff is to Ross, can't get around the corner, and he's going to go down for a loss of 4. Terrence Garvin is there. Darius, what's going on down there on the sidelines?
Well, we've talked about how young of a team Maryland is, the 16 freshmen on their 2 deep most in the country. Well, after turnovers, it's normally the leaders, the older guys on the team that get the guys revved back up. Well, on Maryland's sideline, they don't have any of those older guys, so no one is saying anything trying to amp them up from the player standpoint.
And now a loss of 4 on that first play, 2nd and 14 back in their own territory. Hills, play action, rolls out to his right, being chased from behind, completes the pass to Matt Furstenberg, his tight end once again.
Well, what Perry Hills is doing great right here is showing that fake and coming out with speed. He knows he's got to run. He gets his shoulders turned. You see after the fake, he gets those shoulders turned, and he's running full speed. These guys behind him aren't being able to catch him, and then he makes a nice accurate throw, and that's where they pick up that first down. Good
hands by the tight end Furstenberg out of New Jersey. His sister comes from an athletic family, played basketball at the College of Charleston, Jill. Stefon Diggs is in motion. The handoff is to Ross, and Ross up the middle, able to pick up 5. Let's check back in with Patrick O'Neill for another game break. Patrick, why is it our pole? It's all of our pole. 2nd down and 5 here for Maryland. Fullback Tyler Searski is in with the tailback Brendan Ross. Quick pass is too high, looking for Kevin Dorsey. Eric, looking at this freshman quarterback in Perry Hills, watching game tape of him, you had thought there were going to be a lot of short passes to try to get him in rhythm. Why?
And so far, that's what they've done. He needs to feel comfortable. He's got to feel settled in. Away on a road game like this in the atmosphere, make those the easy passes. Don't force the ball downfield late where the safeties and corners can pick it off, but make sure that he feels comfortable back there in that position. It's a confidence builder.
3rd and 5. Play clock down to 1. They do not get the ball off in time. It'll be a delay of game here for Maryland.
Delay of game. Offense number 11. 5 yards. Still 3rd down.
Randy Edsall was trying to get the timeout there. He realized how big that play was with 5:14 to go here in the first quarter. You go now from a 3rd and 5 to a 3rd and 10.
Well, it makes it much more difficult now. Your plays have to be a long play down the field. What these safeties are doing, they're playing with the quarterback up here. They're moving back and they're moving forth, and they're trying to disguise zone and verse man.
On 3rd and 10, they're coming. Hill's taking a shot down the field, incomplete, was looking for Kevin Dorsey. Pat Miller there on the coverage. 7-0 here at Milan Puskar Stadium in Morgantown, West Virginia. Justin Kutcher alongside Eric Crouch and Darius Walker. West Virginia got on the board after a fumble, a sack against Perry Hills. It was taken 51 yards the other way by Doug Rigg. And now a punt coming up for Nathan Renfro in Maryland with Tavon Austin back deep at his own 23-yard line. Nearly blocked, just getting it off is Renfro. Austin with some room to run. Trying to turn the corner, gets a block. Tavon Austin surveying the field, and he will go out of bounds at the 22. No gain after all that for Tavon Austin, but it will be West Virginia ball. Second time they'll have the ball on offense in this one. That's the big play so far. The sack, the fumble. It's 7-0 West Virginia over Maryland. West Virginia with the ball at their own 22. Geno Smith in a shotgun. Clark and Bowie in the backfield. Maryland showing pressure, sags back. The pass is complete, running room for Andrew Bowie down the sideline. And Bowie gets shoved out of bounds at the 45-yard line. A pickup of 33 yards on first down.
Again, Geno Smith's patience back there. Had a guy coming in his face, but did a great job of getting the ball off and finding his running back. Also, a lot of great blocking downfield.
First and 10 for West Virginia. Across the middle, complete to Tavon Austin, who breaks the tackle down the sideline. The race is on. Touchdown, Austin. "44-yard touchdown pass to Tavon Austin." And that drive did not take very long.
You can see Geno Smith coming down there and congratulating him, but this is why he likes playmakers that can get the ball and make plays and score touchdowns. This is because of straight, flat speed that he was able to get around the corner and get in the end zone.
Tyler Bittencourt on for the extra point. It is 14-0 West Virginia after Tavon Austin's third touchdown catch of the year. Geno Smith now has 10 touchdown passes. That drive, 78 yards, 31 seconds. Told you, didn't take very long. It's 14-0 West Virginia. Tavon Austin out of Maryland scores a touchdown against the Maryland Terrapins. Look at his numbers this year. This guy is so dangerous.
Go back to the touchdown. Those linebackers just drew up on the fake and didn't even have an opportunity to really touch him. I think if they would have dove, they would have had a chance to make a tackle. Probably didn't see him.
Bittencourt kicks off. Diggs will take this one from the 11. Stefon Diggs tries to cut it back. Diggs now down the sideline. And he will get gang tackled as he crosses a 30. A 20-yard return for Stefon Diggs. This college football season, Fox Sports is proud to partner with the Prostate Cancer Foundation, the world's largest supporter of prostate cancer research. 1 in 6 American men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. To learn more, please visit www.pcf.org/Fox Sports. 4:15 to go here in the first quarter. 14-0 West Virginia leading. Play clock is down to 10 here for Maryland already. Hills under center. Albert Reed is now the running back. On first down, the handoff is to Reed. Reed with some room explodes through that hole and gets up to the 47-yard line. A 15-yard run on first down.
Well, they tried blitzing again, deep from the safety. They ran Darwin up through the hole again, but this time he gets blocked, and when there's no safety containment, you open up a hole for a running lane, and that's where the running back, Reed, was able to pick up a nice gain there.
And now a player down, that is Terrence Garvin, number 28 for West Virginia. So with 4:03 to go and West Virginia leading by 14, let's check back in with Patrick O'Neill for a game break. Eric, what's going on with Wisconsin this year?
I'll tell you what, I think a lot of it has to do with internally what's happened. You know, they've lost Russell Wilson, the big leader on that team. Their offensive line coach gets fired. You know, there's some unstill things happening up in Wisconsin.
1st and 10. Hand off again to Reed. And Reed pushes forward, picks up a yard. Doug Rigg was right there to fill the hole.
Well, you can see what they've been trying to do offensively here with Maryland is run the ball up the middle and maybe do some play action and get that young quarterback out of the pocket, running and using his feet on the outside. Try to contain him as they run crossing routes and drag routes and go routes. Try to get him on the move a little bit instead of sit him back there in that pocket where he doesn't feel that comfortable.
On 2nd and 9. Hills. The handoff to Ross. Ross spins away from a tackle, spins away from another tackle, and dives forward for that 1st down. How about the moves by Brandon Ross?
Brandon Ross showing how to get it done with that 2nd effort, but the safety's up tight again. The linebackers missing tackles and then put a nice spin move there. And then the 2nd effort here in lunge, really smart on knowing where that 1st down marker was.
Another 1st down here for Maryland. They have been moving the ball on offense. Again, the handoff is to Ross, and he was not going anywhere.
That would have been a big play had he pulled the ball. I think he made the wrong read to hand it off to the running back. He had a lot of field to work with on the outside part of the field.
2nd down and 10 coming up here for Perry Hills in Maryland. Perry Hills, a true freshman quarterback. He was supposed to be the backup to C.J. Brown. The day he was named the backup, C.J. Brown tore his ACL.
It's a lot of pressure on a young quarterback.
2nd and 10, play action, rolls out, has some time, throws, and he completes the pass to Stefon Diggs down the sideline. Diggs dives for the end zone. Touchdown! The true freshman connects for a 42-yard touchdown. Hills to Diggs.
Great awareness by Hills with his pocket presence. And then you take a look at the athletic ability we were talking about by Stefon Diggs. He lunges from the 5-yard line to get the ball over the end zone.
He saw Pat Miller coming and said, that's my best chance.
We talked about how smart he was. How about how athletic he is?
Brad Craddock now for the extra point. It's now a 14-7 game. With true freshmen, you're going to get turnovers, but you're also going to get excitement. A 42-yard touchdown cuts the lead in half.
Yeah, if you talk about this last play and you see what Hills did, the linebackers right here sold on the run game. They've been running it up the middle, and they've also been play actioning here. And then in the secondary, you've got a receiver that's running wide open. How do you not cover Stefon Diggs in the open field? And then he just shows his athletic ability at the end, his vert jump, reaching for the goal line. Very nice play.
His vert jump, his broad jump, 42-yard play. Well, you see it right there, longest from scrimmage this season, and that's what this true freshman can do, Stefon Diggs.
Talk about a confidence builder now coming back into this game and getting those young freshmen energized to go back out and make big plays like this, because this is what they're going to need to do to stay in this game.
The ball gets blown off the tee once again. Now looking beyond the stadium, there are some serious storm clouds hopefully moving away, not coming in, but that wind is picking up. We've seen 2 balls being blown off the tee. Brad Craddock will kick off. Tavon Austin and Stedman Bailey are back deep for West Virginia. This ball will go into the end zone, and Austin will take a knee. But the sun is shining right now on the field. West Virginia will take over at the 25-yard line. Yikes.
We don't see any lightning yet, so that's a good thing.
Darius, take cover down there. 14-7.
Darius bring his raincoat. That's what we want to know. Did he bring his rain jacket?
Andrew Bowie in the backfield. Geno Smith in the shotgun. Jordan Thompson in motion on 1st and 10. And now a flag comes flying in. It's going to be a delay of game.
Play a game. Offense, 5 yards, still first down.
That's something you really don't see out of a senior quarterback, Geno Smith, something where you're always watching that game clock as a quarterback, and you always know the awareness of the game and what's going on around you. You just missed it right there.
This offense has not spent much time on the field here in this first quarter. Geno Smith on 1st down. Pass is high, intended for Jordan Thompson. An incomplete pass for Geno Smith. That's a rarity. And you have seen what the quarterbacks under Dana Holgorsen have done. That's why I said this guy's an offensive genius. Look at these numbers.
Look at Graham Harrell there, 5,700 yards. That's pretty impressive.
2nd and 15. Smith dumps it off to Austin. Austin gets tackled. And a loss of 1 on the play. Kenneth Tate was there for the tackle.
That's how you're going to have to defend Tavon Austin. When you get him in the open field, you want to make a clean, sure tackle on him.
3rd and 16, a big spot right now for Maryland. Can they stop West Virginia here? Get the ball back quickly. Geno Smith dancing around in the pocket, throws over the middle, incomplete, was looking for Austin. Kenneth Tate was there on the coverage. So a 3-and-out forced by this Maryland defense. This Maryland defense is bringing pressure against Geno Smith, and for the first time this year, we almost see Smith seeming flustered.
Well, Shannon Dawson, their offensive coordinator, talked about at some point during this year, we are going to be challenged. I think right now, Maryland's defense, the way they're bringing the pressure, they're being challenged.
Corey Smith on to punt. Stefon Diggs is back at his own 40. They clock down to 1. Just get it off. Diggs has to back up to the 34, and he fumbles the punt. It's still loose, and it looks like Maryland was able to recover. It will be Maryland ball. Nearly a big turnover, which brings us to Big 12 storylines. What's going on here in this conference that West Virginia has now joined?
Well, another true freshman right here in Wes Lunt getting injured. Take David Ash, a guy in Texas. I mean, is Texas back? Where are they back? It's pretty amazing right now what he's done in that offense with 4 touchdowns. Landry Jones, another Big 12 quarterback that has really put up some really impressive numbers the last couple of years. Big game against Kansas State today.
A minute to go here in this first quarter. Wes Brown now in the backfield. Quick pass near side is complete to Marcus Leak. 14-7, West Virginia leading Maryland, a 4-yard pickup. And this Maryland team just seems to be gaining more and more confidence.
Bouncing around a little bit, they're jaw-jocking a little bit. They're getting a little amped and excited about this game. Defensively, they're doing some good things too. It's a physical game right now, for sure.
2nd down and 6 here for Maryland. Handoff is to Brown, the freshman running back. And Brown will pick up a yard. 3rd down and 5. And that may be the final play of this first quarter.
Yeah, it's interesting if you see Perry Hill look over to the sideline right here. You can see he's looking at Coach Loxley. He's looking at what he's changing at the line of scrimmage. They're trying to take things away from him so he doesn't have that responsibility of calling out the plays at the line, reading all the defenses, worrying about players and their personnel and who's on the field. So he looks to the sideline to get the play.
The first quarter comes to a close. Maryland dominated the time of possession, but there were 3 big plays. The fumble, recovery, 51-yard touchdown. Then it was West Virginia on offense, a 2-play drive that resulted in a touchdown, and then it was Maryland answering with a 42-yard touchdown. 14-7 Mountaineers. 14-7, West Virginia leading. Perry Hills in the shotgun with Justice Pickett in the backfield. 3rd and 5. Facing the pressure, able to get rid of it to Furstenberg. He's got the first down and more. Furstenberg still on his feet, gets tackled down at the 30-yard line.
Well, what a huge 3rd down conversion that is. Starting 0 for 6 last week in 3rd down conversions. Here today, much better on 3rd down. The line up front sold this screen perfectly. The quarterback, very last second, Hills throws it off to Furstenberg, the tight end, and let Furstenberg, be an athlete and make a play downfield. As he's going down to the ground, he was able to keep his balance and know where his receiver was at.
29 yards, all after the catch. Albert Reed now in the backfield. On 1st down, the handoff is to Reed. And Reed gets tripped up, able to pick up a few yards as Shaq Pettaway is there for the tackle.
As many times as they're running the football right now, makes me believe that offensive line has confidence that they can push the defensive line back and control the line of scrimmage at this point.
Second down and 8. The offensive line of Maryland doing the job so far. The true freshman quarterback, Perry Hills, calling the shots down there. Hand off to Ross. Little stutter step. And Ross will pick up a yard. Josh Francis there with the tackle.
Picking up here on the sidelines. The wind is really picking up here. So look at how that might affect passing, specifically with Perry Hills, a freshman quarterback, not having a whole lot of experience throwing in conditions like what we're seeing right now.
And they stay away from the downfield throws. And they keep that quick game going. Screens, quick outs, hitch routes, things that the quarterback Hills feels comfortable throwing.
3rd and 8, the crowd getting into it. Pat Miller lost his, actually Josh Francis lost his helmet, had to come off. The game clock was reset to 13:51. So 3rd and 8, the crowd into it. The tight end Furstenberg has been that go-to guy on 3rd down.
Looks like we're going to see some pressure from these linebackers.
Swings it out to Pickett. Pickett has a blocker, picks up the first down across the 15, tackled down at the 14 by Travis Bell. A 14-yard pickup on 3rd and 8 for Maryland. How about these freshmen?
I'll tell you what, it's so important on 3rd down, 3rd and long. These are the hardest things for any quarterback to do. Stay poised, get the ball in your running back's hands. He makes a great play, making a guy miss. It was his poise in the pocket that made that play successful.
3 for 5 on 3rd downs in the game for Maryland. Now Wes Brown, a true freshman, in at tailback. Handoff is to Brown. Brown stays on his feet, dives forward, tackled by Shaq Rowell. His 4th stop of the day. 2 yards on the pickup for Wes Brown.
Well, it is risky bringing those safeties up and blitzing them quite often, but they feel confident they're going to make tackles. One thing that they've done better is tackle. Coach defensive coordinator Joe DeForest, first game against Marshall, 26 missed tackles. Last week, 17. They're going to try to get that number lower this week against Maryland.
Joe DeForest, the defensive coordinator, looking on, trying to stop this Maryland offense right now. Quick pass, swung out, incomplete, looking for Marcus Leak.
That's just a misfire right there by the freshman.
That almost looked like a lateral pass from Hills to Marcus Leak, and it went out of bounds.
Sure did, but you think that the line right here, watch this throw. Does it go backwards? No. I think it was pretty forward. I think they made the right call.
So 3rd and 8 here in the red zone for Maryland.
You saw Perry there looking back at his offensive coordinator, Mike Loxley, for the play. Don't be surprised if he looks back again.
Well, play clock's down to 4. And now they're going to call a timeout.
First charge, timeout.
First timeout of the half for the Terps. They're facing a 3rd and 8 in the red zone, trailing 14-7. Ball control in favor of Maryland.
Yeah, they've been doing that with their play action pass and their running game. They haven't been able to stop that yet for West Virginia.
3rd and 8. Hales in a shotgun, Pickett in the backfield. They have to get to the 4-yard line for the first down. Hales drops back over the middle to the end zone. Touchdown, Marcus Leak.
Perry Hills, the young freshman quarterback, made a good decision right there. Held onto the ball, looked at his first receiver. He was covered. Came back to his second receiver across the field. Look at the touch. He didn't try to force it. He just threw a nice, easy pass and was able for his receiver, Marcus Leak, to make that catch and cradle it in the end zone for a touchdown.
Brad Craddock on for the extra point. And guess what, folks? With 12:16 to go here in the second quarter, we are all tied at 14 between Maryland and West Virginia. The third down conversion on the drive. On 3rd and 8, a 12-yard touchdown pass to Marcus Leak, and Dana Holgerson not happy with that result. We're tied here in Morgantown.
You know, they're very inexperienced, but they're up front right now. It's really not allowing a lot of pressure. Perry Hills, the quarterback's making good decisions, and he's going great places with the football right now. So you got to be impressed by the way the true freshman's playing. Again, the ball falls off the tee. Might have to get a holder out here.
Well, they just wanted to make sure you had more time to talk.
That's exactly what I needed.
You can see the rain starting to come down, and if there is a weather delay in this game for Lightning, you would have to think that favors West Virginia because Maryland right now is clicking.
You know, the momentum that they have right now into this game, into the second quarter, who would have thought? You know, the momentum that they have, the plays that they've been able to do, the 3rd down conversions that they've converted, I think is very impressive at this point.
Brad Craddock will kick off. Tavon, Austin, Stedman, Bailey are back deep. On the bounce, this one will go into the end zone for a touchback. And West Virginia will start with the ball at the 25. And Darius, this is getting very physical down there, isn't it?
It's absolutely getting physical here on the field, guys. Maryland seems to have flipped the switch in terms of the physicality right now. They are taking it to West Virginia, and I think that's why you're seeing West Virginia sort of back down a bit because they're not used to guys actually bringing it to them.
This Maryland team certainly is bringing it at West Virginia right now. Joe Villano, a defensive end. Geno Smith starting in the shotgun with Andrew Bowie in the backfield. On first down, the handoff is to Bowie. And Bowie able to get across the 30 up to the 31, picks up 6. And Eric, I'm going to pose this question to you. This West Virginia offense is a quick strike offense, but do they almost have to slow it down on this drive to give their defense a chance to breathe?
Well, I don't think that's in their nature, to be honest. I think they want to strike when they can. If they can score a touchdown here, that might take the momentum away from Maryland.
2nd down and 4. Smith passing, going up top to try to haul it in. It is incomplete. J.D. Woods went up for it. So now you're looking at a 3rd down and 4.
Maybe expect that inside route, a slant route that's been successful with Tavon Austin early. Or maybe a screen.
Geno Smith so far is just 6 of 10. He's missed 3 of his last 4 throws.
Very uncharacteristic.
On 3rd and 4, Smith able to connect once again, finding Tavon Austin for the first down, a 17-yard completion, and that was a pretty throw.
It was, but you play zone defense to try to give your guys an advantage because you don't feel that your man coverage match up against their receivers. But Geno Smith did a great job of finding the hole in the zone, Tavon Austin, and converting that 3rd down play.
Geno Smith in his 2nd year in this offense for Dana Holgerson and Shannon Dawson. They say his grasp on this is even better than Brandon Whedon's was last year at Oklahoma State.
Wow, that's a statement.
Smith, pressure, dancing around in the pocket. Now will tuck it and run with it. And he's going to run out of bounds at the 50-yard line, picks up 2.
That's what we talk about Geno Smith and how smart he is with this offense and what he brings to this game. His awareness in the pocket. He sees that the zone coverage, there's no one open. He's not going to try to force a ball right now. This is a very important drive for them to go down the field, make a statement, take some time of possession off the clock.
Geno Smith has not taken a sack this year. He has not thrown an interception. On 2nd and 8. Bowie and Clark in the backfield.
Expect the pressure from Maryland.
Smith with some time again, throws to the sideline, incomplete. He was looking for Stedman Bailey, and there on the coverage was that linebacker Kenneth Tate. Dexter McDougal also there for the double coverage. 3rd and 8 coming up. We just saw the Mountaineers convert on 3rd down before.
Expect him to throw here to Tavon Austin in the slot on this 3rd down.
Smith throws it to Austin, just like Mr. Crouch said, and guess what? He's got another 1st down, a 12-yard completion. Do you play football or something?
When you talk about Tavon Austin's athletic ability, that poses a bad threat for whoever's covering him because he can make a guy move, make a guy miss, make him think he's going one way and run the route the other way.
Smith and West Virginia hurrying this one up. The pass is complete to J.D. Woods. And now you see this West Virginia offense starting to hit its stride.
They've got 4 or 5 different tempos is what they call it. Right now you're seeing a very quick tempo. They're trying to get plays off in about 12 seconds.
2nd and 1. Handoff to Bowie. And Bowie will have enough for that 1st down. Now you're just moving the chains. They are taking some time off the clock. But Geno Smith not wasting any time, says, all right, let's go again. Quick pass was incomplete, intended for Stedman Bailey. Second down and 10 coming up. Geno Smith saying that was my bad.
I wish you could have one back there. There's Tavon Austin. You're seeing him right here in the slot.
10th play of the drive here for West Virginia. Play action. Smith dancing around with plenty of time. Now he's going to run with it. And he dives forward trying to get to that 20.
You got to think that Tavon Austin was the target there. As you see him up the field, looking right back at the quarterback. Thought he was going to get the ball, but he didn't, so it's scramble drill time. You got to find an open area and go down the field. Geno made a smart play and just getting down the field and living for another play.
3rd and 4. Already 2 third down conversions on this drive. Smith taking a shot across the field, completes the pass to J.D. Woods for another 1st down. And Geno Smith took a hit on that one.
He sure did. He's got a little limp right now. I think he's got a little ankle injury, or yeah, someone stepped on his ankle, but nonetheless, he was able to throw the ball with precision and accuracy for that 1st down.
So 1st and goal from the 8. And the handoff is to Dustin Garrison. And Garrison gets back to the line of scrimmage. Demetrius Hartsfield was there for the tackle.
They really believe that Hartsfield is really a staple in this defense. A guy that's all over the field. He's physical, he's big. He's already got 30+ tackles on the year. He's a big leader for this Maryland defense.
On 2nd and goal, Smith looking for J.D. Woods, incomplete. The coverage by Darren Drakeford.
And what I'm seeing here is he's getting the ball off, but he's taking hits. He paid the price right there again. You know, Geno Smith looking for the little fade route, and then boom, he gets hit right in the chin. I'll tell you what, when you're sitting back there thinking that's going to come the next play, now that's in your mind. We'll see if he thinks about that as the game progresses.
3rd and goal.
Tavon right there in the slot.
Smith pressured, avoids the sack, his helmet comes off, he throws the ball, and the flag comes in. Marcus Whitfield applied the pressure.
Now you see the penalty there. Now if this is a face mask and his helmet comes off due to a penalty, he gets to stay in the game.
2 fouls on the play. Personal foul for pulling and grasping a helmet opening. Also, an ineligible receiver downfield, number 70 on the offense. Those fouls will offset. We'll replay 3rd down.
Referee is Jeff Flanagan.
Let's take a look right here, and he just gets the back of it. Wow. I think he pulled his chin strap off. What do you think?
I think if I'm the quarterback, I'm not happy with that.
How they offset, or that it was an incompletion?
That they offset. West Virginia, very, very efficient in the red zone, facing a 3rd and goal.
Stedman down here, maybe coming across the field.
Smith dropping back, looking for some room, and he goes down for the first time this year. Sacked by A.J. Francis. A loss of 12 on the play.
And that's that pressure coming from the defensive line. They knew that Joe Villano, A.J. Francis, Darius Kilgo, those guys are going to be so important in the outcome of what happens offensively. Geno Smith again sits in the pocket, but he's been feeling pressure all day long, so a little bit more jumpy. And then here, the defensive lineman, Francis, sticking with it, not giving up on the play.
Tyler Bittenkurt on to try a 37-yard field goal. And that kick is good. West Virginia goes back on top 17-14, but a big stop by the Terps. The sack by Francis only allows West Virginia to get 3 points, not 7. The bad news continues for Wisconsin with Monty Ball going down. It's a 17-14 game back here in Morgantown as West Virginia is getting a fight here in the first half by Maryland. Tyler Bittenkurt will kick off. Stefon Diggs is back deep. Diggs about 5 yards deep in the end zone. He's going to run this one out. And Diggs trying to get to the outside. He gets back up to the 25-yard line, so that's where he would have been had he taken the knee. Well, let's take a look at today's Buick Human Highlight.
A.J. Francis did a great job as a defensive lineman coming around kind of on the swim move. If you take a look at how aggressive he is, guy goes down, swim move comes around, again, ripping with that forearm and not giving up on the play. And that's what made the sack on Geno Smith.
And also give credit to the secondary because that was really a coverage sack with, I mean, Geno Smith had nowhere to go with that football.
Yeah, those first looks that he's taking a look for are covered. And that's kind of why he was dancing around in the pocket, so to speak.
Albert Reed in the backfield on first down. The handoff is to Reed. And Reed able to pick up 2 yards, tackled by Carl Joseph. We've already seen Albert Reed, Wes Brown, Justice Pickett, and Brandon Ross. 4 running backs in the game for Maryland here in this first half.
It'll be interesting to see if they can keep that pace for Maryland's offense and that time of possession on the clock.
Play action. Hills rolls out. He likes his tight end Furstenberg on these plays. Is there any flag? No, there is not. Carl Joseph on the coverage against Furstenberg.
West Virginia's in this speed package that Coach was telling us about. They're running guys in and out, but they got 6 DBs on the field at once, trying to see if they can slow down this passing attack that Perry Hills and Maryland's doing right now.
Perry Hills can't just throw it up for grabs. I think that's what he looked. They saw an extra defensive back and got to go somewhere else with it. Throw it away.
3rd and 8. The crowd making some noise. Pickett in on 3rd down. Pressure coming. Pickett He's going to get wrapped up for a loss of a yard. Carl Joseph, the first to make the stop, and Carl Joseph, we speak so much about the youth of Maryland. Joseph is a true freshman starting at safety.
Carl Joseph's that stud that they talk about, a true freshman, but almost like a man among boys, coming in and making big plays. But right here, wasn't fooling the defensive line, made great tackles on the outside.
Nathan Renfro on to punt after the 3-and-out. Tavon Austin back deep for West Virginia. A low kick. Austin says clear out of the way. And now he will take it. And that will be down at the 33-yard line. A 41-yard punt from Renfro. The Nile River.
Baffled me.
West Virginia with the ball after forcing the 3-and-out. The handoff on first down up the middle for Andrew Bowie. And Bowie will pick up 3 yards on first down, setting up second down and 7. A.J. Francis with his second tackle of the game.
You know, they're going to try to mix it up, take some time off the clock here, and get Bowie involved in this game a little bit more.
The toss is to Bowie again, and Bowie nowhere to go. A.J. Francis, 6'5", 305 pounds, doing a great job, a loss of 2.
You see how quick his feet were there. He wasn't fooled by the pitch play. It was zone blocking, but he was able to stay on his man at the last second, release and get off and make the tackle for no yards.
And now you're looking at 3rd and 9 for West Virginia. On third down, they've been going to Tavon Austin. Austin's in motion. Smith looking over the middle. The pass is incomplete, intended for Stedman Bailey. Dexter McDougal on the coverage. And a 3-and-out forced here by Maryland. There were 2 wide receivers on that set that were not in the huddle. One was Stedman Bailey. Now a punt here, Corey Smith, with Stefon Diggs back at his own 30. Smith, a good high, deep punt. Diggs has to go back. His momentum brings it back to the 7, and Diggs is going to get wrapped up there at the 9-yard line. A 58-yard booming punt by Corey Smith.
Diggs trying to do everything that he can to get away, but they had a tight hold on that jersey, and what great punt coverage from West Virginia.
And the punt by Corey Smith changes field position.
They got down there fast. They covered the angles, the outside, the inside, really gave him no running lanes.
So now backed up inside their own 10 is Maryland. Hills on first down. Hands it off. The ball comes loose. And it looks like Maryland has recovered it. It will be second down.
Covered by Maryland.
Brandon Ross fumbled the ball. And Maryland very lucky to recover this one.
Yeah, you don't want to give Geno Smith the ball on the 12-yard line right before the half.
Maryland has fumbled the ball 3 times in this game, recovered 2. The other one went the other way, 51 yards for a touchdown. Wes Brown now in the backfield.
Bringing that safety up, take a look.
Handoff is to Ross. And Ross gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Take a look at Darwin Cook. That safety, he's looking right there. His eyes on the quarterback. He's up. The quarterback has to see that. Maybe that's an opportunity for him to change the play. But when you have a young quarterback, that's not what he's thinking.
3rd and 7. After that big punt by Corey Smith, can West Virginia force another 3-and-out?
There he goes, looking to the sideline again.
Play clock is down to 3. Hill gets it off. Taking a shot down the middle of the field, looking for Diggs, and it's incomplete.
I do like that call. He's the playmaker. He can run. You can see his speed right there. But good coverage by Terrence Garvin.
That's 3 straight 3-and-outs. 2 forced by West Virginia, now 1.
I do have a feeling that they will come back to that play. They are going to try to get a big play with Stefon Diggs.
Can Renfro, can he change field position as Tavon Austin's back at his own 38-yard line? Good height on this kick. Austin takes it at the 39, cuts it back near side. Dancing around, flags come flying. Austin turns the corner, unable to stay in bounds. A 44-yard punt, a 13-yard return, but let's see what this penalty is for.
Here on the return, illegal block in the back, number 26, our saving team, 10 yards from the spot of the foul, first down.
Oklahoma doesn't lose at home either. Will Colin Klein make big plays in the running game?
Ball at the 39-yard line. The ball would have been at the 43 of Maryland if not for the penalty. On first down, Smith, the handoff to Bowie, and Bowie gets tackled in the backfield by Demetrius Hartsfield, a loss of 3.
Bringing pressure again, those linebackers. Demetrius Hartsfield, the middle linebacker as well. He's inside, and they're bringing pressure. They're coming. They weren't hesitating at all. Right on the snap, they both came. That's what allowed him to get in the backfield so fast and make that play.
Brian Stewart in his first year as the defensive coordinator for Maryland. Came over after spending the last 2 years in that same position at Houston. Josh Jenkins, the left guard, is out. Nick Kindler comes in on 2nd and 13. Smith over the middle. The pass is caught by a diving Tavon Austin for the first down. 16-yard completion. What a catch there by Austin.
It was a great catch, but a little confusion in the defensive secondary. You look at Geno Smith just putting that ball right out in front for Tavon Austin to make a spectacular diving catch.
Coming up on 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Smith, the pressure is picked up, goes far side, and he completes that pass to J.D. Woods. And Woods, we marked down a yard shy of the first down, so it's 2nd down and 1.
Talk about Geno Smith's poise in the pocket. He looked to the left side of the field, scanned it, didn't like what he saw, and came back on the outside comeback route to complete a long throw for a nice pickup.
Arm strength, not a problem for Geno Smith.
Not at all. You saw it right there.
Smith, pump fake, gets hit from behind, completes the pass to Bailey anyway. Another first down, pickup of 15. The pressure applied by Joe Villano.
We talked about Joe Villano and his engine, his instincts. He gets right on Geno Smith at the very end of that play. Looks like maybe Clark got his leg landed on too. That's a big boy, 300-pounder right there, who can move.
1:20 to go. West Virginia with the ball at the 24-yard line. The Mountaineers still with all 3 timeouts remaining. Smith over the middle, and the pass is incomplete. Stedman Bailey couldn't pull it in. Dexter McDougal there on the coverage, and the crowd here wanted a pass interference.
Well, it was close, but it was good coverage. Dexter McDougal on the play just planted his foot and was able to run with Stedman Bailey right there, and at that last second got his arm in there and just ripped his arm a little bit, so Stedman Bailey really couldn't pull that ball in and hold on to it.
The clock stops at 58 seconds, 2nd down and 10. An off day here for Geno Smith, 13 of 22, still 184 yards.
Still got a whole second half to play.
And now a timeout taken here by West Virginia.
First charge.
The Mountaineers are charging down the field, trying to put some points on the board to close out the half.
30 seconds.
Dana Holgerson called timeout. He wanted a review of that last play. Geno Smith threw over the middle to Stedman Bailey.
But they did make the right call. You see the defensive back running stride for stride and just got his hand in right as the ball got there. I think that was the right call. There's no PI.
Well, not worried about pass interference, but the question is, did he hold on to the ball?
And the question will be, did he have possession of it before he hit the ground? I don't think he did.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Incomplete pass. West Virginia will be charged with a timeout. That is their final challenge of the ball game.
Was it really worth using your final challenge right here? You're going to get the ball back coming in the second half. As he hit the ground, the ball kind of rolled over his forearm and hit the ground.
So after the timeout, the challenge, it is now second down and 10. Sean Alston in the game for the first time today. Smith taking a shot to the end zone, wide open, touchdown Tavon Austin. "24-yard touchdown pass to Austin," and something had to go wrong there because he was wide open.
Maryland's defensive coordinator, Brian Stewart, head coach Randy Edsall, they all talked about how important it was to know where the playmakers are on the field. They didn't in that play.
Tyler Bittencourt on for the extra point. He converts 24-14.
You know, those corners are trying to maybe give Geno Smith a few different looks, but you can see on the outside, right here, the cornerback, he's kind of acting like he's going to come and then gets outside, back into coverage. But whoops, Tavon Austin wide open in the end zone. You have to know where Tavon Austin is on the defensive side of the ball. That way, you can get some help for your free safety. And that opportunity right there, no help.
Tavon Austin with his second touchdown catch of the game. He's got 4 now on the year. I'm not sure if he'll have an easier touchdown catch this entire year. Jeremiah Johnson speaking with head coach Randy Edsall. And we talk so much about momentum. Here was Maryland dominating the time of possession here in the first half. And now West Virginia was able to strike back, scoring a touchdown before the half is over.
We're seeing a little bit of change in momentum. We're seeing that energy level that Maryland had in the first quarter, in the beginning of the second quarter, kind of fade away.
Tyler Bittencourt will kick off. Stefon Diggs is back at the goal line. A short kick taken at the 13. Albert Reed down the sideline gets tripped up. And that looked to be Stedman Bailey, who saved maybe a huge play. 4 wide receivers in. Justice Pickett is the running back. Hills on first down, facing pressure, gets hit hard. There is a flag thrown, a false start. Travis Bell delivered the blow against Hills, and he is slow to get up.
Part of the snap, false start, offense, 5 yards, still first down.
Talk about adding insult to injury.
Double whammy.
You've got a play where the play is called dead, and it's so loud here that you can't really hear the whistle till it's too late, and Travis Bell hit him from his blind side.
And he's still down on the field, as you can see. They're looking in his eyes to see if his eyes kind of rolled up in his head or maybe got a little concussion from that.
Well, Devin Burns appears to be getting loose. The training staff tending to Perry Hills right now. Perry Hills, the true freshman quarterback, who was supposed to be the backup to C.J. Brown, but Brown tore his ACL on August 14th. So Hills became the first true freshman to start at quarterback for Maryland since 1999, when Latrez Harrison was the starter. This is a kid from nearby Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, went to Central Catholic, was a state champion in wrestling at the 195-pound weight class. What's it like, Eric? You played quarterback, taking those shots on the blind side.
Well, the worst part about it is you just don't see them. And on this play,
that's why we call it the blind side.
Yeah, you just don't see them. And that's why they hurt, because it's about trusting your offensive line. You know, it's about knowing, and this is an inexperienced offensive line that they have. So it's really about knowing and having that trust that you can keep your back turned and know you're not going to get hit. Coming from the left, and you can just see it.
Hills is able to jog off the field. He tried getting up, and they said, no. Let's sit back down. Now he is off the field. Devin Burns is now in at quarterback, the 6'3", 200-pound sophomore from Columbus, Georgia. 1st and 15 because of the false start on that play. Burns, quarterback draw. Burns with a blocker, and he picks up the first down. Tackle from behind, the ball comes loose. A 17-yard run as the ball went out of bounds. Josh Francis, the tackle from behind.
Well, you're a little bit limited on your offense. You know, all week, all year, you have a freshman quarterback, Perry Hills, that comes in and runs all your plays during the week of practice. You know, that makes a big difference when you put a backup in, but he's back in the game right now.
Back in the game with 36 seconds, 1st and 10. Ball at the 47-yard line of West Virginia. Hills rolls out, dumps it off to Pickett. Pickett tried to stop and go, and he gets wrapped up by George Wright. A tackle for a loss of 7 on the play. And now another player is down on the ground, this time for West Virginia. And that appears to be number 36, Shaq Pettaway. Shaq Pettaway, 6', 230-pound sophomore linebacker.
And they really didn't bring pressure on that play other than what the defensive line was doing. You can gain a lot of pressure by showing different slants, and if your defensive line are scraping and they're twisting, you know, that's confusing for offensive linemen, especially inexperienced. So expect to see that on that last play. That's what really caused that pressure on that play, was the fact that they were twisting and slanting, and they've done it all night, and they're going to continue to do it because it really does throw those offensive linemen off.
You can see the rain starting to fall a little bit harder now. Some of the fans, as we're approaching halftime, going for cover.
Take a look at the defensive line. You got a twist and a slant right here, and that's where the pressure's coming from, but it didn't fool the defensive lineman. George Wright gets right in there, makes a nice play.
2nd down and 17.
And we got two down defensive linemen.
Hill steps up, throws towards the sideline, has his man Stefon Diggs, and Diggs is going to pick up 16 yards, come up about a yard shy of the first down. We got 16 seconds left, 2 timeouts remaining. At this point in your Maryland, are you taking a shot, or are you just trying to get something close, get that first down, and maybe get a field goal?
Well, the key is to get points on the board. You may want to take a shot. You may want to take one other play to get your field goal kicker in position to kick the field goal.
Hills drops back, rolls out to his right, throws short, and it is hauled in for the catch by Kevin Dorsey. And now
they need to get up and spike the ball.
The clock will start when the ref says so. They spike the ball with 6 seconds left.
Do you run another play?
I don't. I put points on the board here. I know you have 2 timeouts remaining, but to go from the 24-yard line into the end zone, I think you take too much time off the clock.
We're looking at about a 41, 42-yard field goal, and that's probably right in their comfort zone for their kicker.
Brad Craddock has hit from 45 on the air. It will be a 42-yard field goal attempt to make it a 24-17 game going into the half. And Craddock's kick is going to be wide. No good. Plenty of leg, but wide. Still 1 second remaining here in the half.
I think they made the right decision kicking the field goal. Wouldn't it have been nice for them to get some momentum going into halftime, knowing that West Virginia will be taking the ball in the third quarter?
Geno Smith and West Virginia will take the knee going into the locker room with a 10-point lead over Maryland. A much closer first half than many expected for this game. And check out the time of possession in favor of Maryland. Neither team, though, really able to do much on the ground.
Well, you can see time of possession 18 minutes to 11. You know, when you keep the ball out of Geno Smith and that offense's hands, this is the result. 24 first half points. And they're used to putting up 30, 35 points in that first half. So they're behind where they want to be.
And in case you're wondering, the rain has stopped here as we start the third quarter. Craddock kicking off. And taking it by the goal line is Austin. And Austin gets tripped up around the 20-yard line. 19-yard return by the Maryland native Tavon Austin. And this is what he has done against the school from his home state.
Speaks a lot about his ability and the recruiting that West Virginia has been able to do in that Maryland area.
They played a game against James Madison up at FedEx Field in Washington, D.C. last week. They play here against Maryland. Maryland is a hotbed for recruiting for this West Virginia team. On first down, Smith quickly to Stedman Bailey. And Bailey breaks a tackle, gets forward to the 26-yard line, picks up 6. Darren Drakeford with the tackle.
So again, just getting used to the second half of a game. Not that Geno Smith has to get used to throwing the football, but again, short passes, let your playmakers make big plays.
Josh Jenkins is back in at left guard. He started there, came out, and Kindler came in. Well, he is back. On second down, the handoff is to Andrew Bowie, and Bowie may have lost a yard on the play. The tackle by Joe Villano.
You know, we're used to seeing Andrew Bowie get more involved in the passing game. You know, now that he's their best backfield catcher that they have. So maybe expect the second half to then run some misdirection and get the ball in his hands.
3rd and 5. Smith, good blocking. The pass to the sideline is hauled in. Jordan Thompson with the completion, a 12-yard completion from Smith to Thompson for the first down. When you watch Geno Smith, what do you see? What do you like most?
Well, I like his poise. He's just calm back in the pocket. We talked about his presence, and that's one thing that makes it easy for him to throw the ball because he's relaxed and he puts accuracy on the ball.
Play action. Smith looked like he may have gotten that tipped, and it's incomplete. Intended for J.D. Woods. We got some injuries in the first half. Darius, what are the updates on those guys?
Yeah, right before halftime, guys, Ryan Clark, the big running back for West Virginia, went out with a knee injury. He's not going to return in this game. Shane Austin last week had the thigh bruise as well, so we're going to see a lot of Bowie the rest of the second half.
Second down and 10. Bowie, as we talked about, can catch the ball out of the backfield, takes the handoff, and he is up to the 40-yard line. Got hit by Marcus Whitfield, a pickup of 3.
Really will be interesting to see how they mix it up here. Again, giving the ball to Andrew Bowie. Really just made a nice read. The defensive end came up the field, didn't really attack the running back, and it makes it easy for the quarterback to give the ball.
3rd and 7. Geno Smith drops back. Over the middle, incomplete, too high. The pass intended for Tavon Austin.
A couple misfires here. Really not the start that they wanted here in the second half. A little high on the ball. Couldn't bring it down. Great defense by Matt Robinson.
Bring up the first punt here of the second half. Corey Smith on to punt. Stefon Diggs is back, standing around his own 19-yard line. Diggs takes it at the 17. Stefon Diggs goes up the middle. Diggs trying to cut it back. And forward progress. He'll be marked down at the 33-yard line. A 43-yard punt, a 16-yard return. The Maryland Terrapins trying to bounce back, get this program back on the map under Randy Edsall. Some of the coaches, Jim Tatum, Jerry Claiborne. Under Tatum, they won that championship back in 1953. Bobby Ross, Ralph Friedgen did a very nice job. And now Randy Edsall is taking control. Brandon Ross in the backfield on first down with the true freshman quarterback Perry Hills under center. Handoff is to Ross, and Ross gets stood up by Doug Rigg. And Rigg stops him after just a pickup of 1.
Maryland really trying to establish that ground game, coming out here early with that first play. See if they can pick up a big gain, but great defense and great job by Doug Rigg, the strong linebacker, coming up and making that stop.
2nd down and 9 for Perry Hills. The ACC Rookie of the Week for Week 2 in the victory over Temple. 11 for 21, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns in the air, 1 on the ground. Handoff, and that looked like a broken play to Brandon Ross, and that results in a loss of 2.
Yeah, you see him kind of look up there at Perry Hills and say, what's going on? So maybe he was supposed to pull it. Could have been a play-action pass play that was supposed to develop.
Now 3rd and 11 here for Maryland. Hills drops back in the shotgun. They've been good today on 3rd downs.
3 guys line up on one side, could bring pressure.
Hill steps up, he goes down. A sack by Josh Francis. A loss of 7 and a punt here for Maryland.
Well, he did such a good job in the first half of standing in there, making quick throws, not taking the sack. I think he had 1 sack in the first half. And now he come out on the first possession of the game. He got good pressure by the defensive line and linebackers, and he takes a sack, something you don't want to do.
Nathan Renfro will punt. Tavon Austin is back at his own 30. Good high punt. Deep punt drives Austin back to the 20. Austin dancing around. He's still on his feet. Austin gets the sideline with some room. And now he goes out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Tavon Austin, I don't know if I've seen a player in a long time kind of wait and observe and change direction and fool people as much as he does. The number 8 ranked Mountaineers leading Maryland 24-14. Justin Kutcher alongside Eric Crouch and Darius Walker. Dustin Garrison is in at tailback here for the Mountaineers. Geno Smith in the shotgun. Jordan Thompson was in motion. Smith pressured, goes down. Sacked by Demetrius Hartsfield. 2nd sack of the game for Maryland after Geno Smith had not been sacked in the first 2 games of the season.
Well, you talk about Hartsfield and his pressure that he's putting on the quarterback right here. He's just lined up right there, and really nobody blocked him. Geno didn't even see it coming and really didn't have time to throw the ball.
A loss of 9, 2nd and 19. Handoff to Garrison. A.J. Francis there again for the stop after a pickup of 1. 4 tackles on the day for Francis. And Eric, speaking with Maryland's coaching staff during the week, and Brian Stewart, he said a key is going to be those defensive linemen. Can they occupy 4 to 5 blockers? Because then the linebackers can run wild. They're doing that right now.
They're letting the linebackers free up, and you saw that on that last play with Demetrius Hartfield coming through. The defensive line is creating openings, and Geno Smith's a little bit confused by that.
3rd and 18. Smith again being pressured. Escapes it, now throws it towards the near sideline, completes to Bailey, but that will be short of the first down. Dexter McDougal there on the coverage, his 2nd tackle. And Geno Smith limps off the field, and you know he's not happy.
No, he's definitely not. And one thing that he does really well in that pocket is sit there with patience, sit there with poise. You saw him kind of dancing around with his feet, good footwork, and he stepped up, slide stepped, and then made that throw. But again, there was a lot of pressure.
9 incomplete passes for Smith on the day. He had 9 in the first 2 games. Corey Smith on to punt. Stefon Diggs is back deep. Diggs, he should let this one go. It was not touched by anybody on Maryland. That will be downed at the 10-yard line. A 53-yard punt by Corey Smith. And Corey Smith, at this point, may be one of the unsung heroes of the game for West Virginia. He's had 2 punts now that have completely changed the field position.
Yeah, it sure has, and it gives it a long field.
West Virginia, though, they have gone 3 and out 3 times. The big play on the last one was the sack by Demetrius Hartsfield. 24-14, West Virginia. (24-14), West Virginia leading Maryland. Geno Smith hobbled off the field. He's walking around right now. He looks like he's all right. But this is a guy who came into this game in his first 2 games of the season was, well, he was on fire. 66 of 75 for 734 yards, 9 passing touchdowns. He has been certainly slowed down today by that Maryland defense. Perry Hills under center. Brandon Ross in the backfield starting at their own 10. Handoff is to Ross right up the middle. And Ross with a good run on first down picks up 7 yards. We'll set up 2nd down and 3.
Well, when you have a 7-yard gain on the first play, it really opens up your playbook on 2nd down.
Hills checking over the sideline. The look, as they call it. On 2nd and 3, it's a handoff again to Ross, who dances around and picks up the first down. And let's check back in with Patrick O'Neill for a game break.
First down, Maryland.
Wow, what a game right there by the fullback. 1st and 10 here for Maryland, trailing by 10. Play action. Pressure coming. The pass complete to the tight end, Furstenberg, who gets tripped up by Doug Rigg. 11-yard pickup on the pass to Furstenberg. Sean Alston, Geno Smith. Alston getting a workout there on the sideline.
Trying to stay loose. Maryland's been taking a lot of time off the clock.
Another first down here for the Terps. Wes Brown and Brendan Ross in on 1st and 10. Play action. Hills completes the pass to Marcus Leak. Another first down. Taken up to the 49-yard line of West Virginia. A 16-yard completion.
Well, great job right here by the offensive line. Really not showing that they're going to blitz, but coming at the last second. If you see Fulper right here, He picked up the blitz. The center does a good job right there of pushing him out of the way, just opening up that pocket for Hill so he can see his receivers.
Hill's in the shotgun. He's got Brandon Ross with him. Handoff is to Ross, and Ross will pick up a couple of yards, tackled by Isaiah Bruce.
Hill's doing really all he could on that play, just handing the ball off. Saw the blitz coming. Trying to read that defensive end. They're throwing it, they're running it. Right now they've got the West Virginia defense playing a guessing game, doing a good job of spreading the ball around to the receivers and finding openings in their defense.
And now an injury on the field for West Virginia. It is 24-14 Mountaineers as the Terps are driving down the field. 10-point lead for West Virginia over Maryland. Time now for the Nissan Heisman Watch, and this is according to Eric Crouch.
Geno Smith obviously coming into this game, things that he's been able to do in the air. Braxton Miller, run threat, throwing threat, an all-around threat at Ohio State. They've got a chance. Teddy Bridgewater, if they can run the table in the Big East, come on.
Second down and 8 here for Maryland. I think we may have a little conversation about that Heisman Watch. Handoff to Brandon Ross. Ross, a very nice job making guys miss in the backfield and able to pick up 5 yards, finally tackled by Broderick Jenkins.
Take a look at Coach there signaling in to Hills. He's watching him. They've got a couple guys there that are giving them signals as well, kind of as decoys. But Hill so far doing a wonderful job here of getting in and out of the huddle.
3rd and 3. Hills looks over. A handoff to Ross. Ross again able to get away from tacklers in the backfield. And he will have enough for the first down. That's back-to-back runs by Brandon Ross, and that just infuriates Dana Holgorsen. And speaking with that coaching staff, he talked about the missed tackles, missed opportunities against James Madison.
Well, there was one right there. You just can't have that. This Maryland offense right now is spreading it around enough to where they're a little off balance on defense. And Perry Hill's doing a great job. Like I said, it's not getting in and out of the huddle because there is not a huddle, but getting up to the line and running the plays.
Maryland has the advantage on the ground. They have the advantage overall in yards in this game. Who would have thought that? Play action. And down goes Hills. Sacked by Pat Miller. A loss of 7 and a big play there for West Virginia.
And Pat Miller is a cornerback coming all the way from the outside. You see the right tackle right here. He's the guy that's supposed to at least hit him, knock him off balance. But he misses him completely. He came free, and that's why he sacked the quarterback.
2nd down and 17. The ball is at the 45-yard line of West Virginia. Play clock down to 4. Hills drops back, quarterback draw. Read beautifully by Isaiah Bruce, a loss of 2.
You almost wonder if Hill's got to sell that pass fake a little bit more to get those linebackers to back up. You know, he caught the ball and then he's looking to run. Those linebackers aren't going to buy that it's a pass play.
This is the 10th play of the drive, 3rd and 19. They've taken time off the clock, but eventually you got to start putting more points on the board. 6 for 11 today on 3rd downs. Hills over the middle, and it's incomplete, dropped by Marcus Leak. And if he holds on to that, he's going to be very close to that first down marker, which would have brought up a potential you go for it on 4th down if he's short.
You sure do, but what a great defensive play. He had that ball. He caught that ball for a split second. He was going to secure it and bring it in. And that last second, they hit his arm, and that's exactly what you're coached as a defensive secondary. Knock their arm. That way they can't grab the ball. Actually never really had a chance to catch that. He was kind of looking like maybe I'm going to get hit hard here.
Nathan Renfro on to punt. Tavon Austin back in his own 10. And Austin let this one sail into the end zone for a touchback. West Virginia will have the ball at the 20 when we come back. Geno Smith, last drive. He goes down. You can see him kind of hobbling, not going all the way down, but all of a sudden hobbles off the field, and he is back on the field right now for West Virginia.
Well, he was moving pretty quick there in that pocket. It just seems like maybe there was a muscle or something that he maybe pulled, maybe a calf or a foot.
Empty backfield as Bowie goes in motion. Smith brings it back to Stedman Bailey. And Bailey able to break a tackle, breaks another one. And he gets up to the 27-yard line, picks up 7, sets up second down and 3.
Well, I'd be surprised with that possible foot injury that Geno has if you're going to see him run the ball a whole lot here in the second half. He doesn't have to run. If he's going to get it off to Bailey like that, let Bailey do all the running and shaking and moving for him.
Geno Smith's not much of a running quarterback. He runs when he needs to. Second and 3, setting up the screen for Bowie. Bowie with some blockers. Has the first down as he got hit hard at the 38-yard line by L.A. Gorey.
Good job of Geno Smith of really stringing that play out as long as he can. There was some pressure on the outside by Demetrius Hartsfield, and he knows where he's at, trust me, in this defense.
As a quarterback, are you singling out a certain player?
Well, at least you take a look, and you want to make sure you can read his body language, because if he's coming, you got to make a quick decision. See how he's playing right here, right now. Hartsfield's up in the line and then back. And Geno Smith's eyes were on him the whole time.
A delayed draw handoff to Bowie. Joe Villano. A pickup of 3. The crowd didn't like Villano throwing Bowie to the ground. Joe Villano, a 5th-year senior, All-American, first-team All-ACC performer last year, second team the year before. Second and 7. Pass to Tavon Austin. That's complete. Up to the 44-yard line. On the pickup of 3, Alex Twine on the tackle.
And that's what this West Virginia offense is about. It's about getting in third and short. You know, they really have a lot of confidence in picking up first downs in that third and short area. Expect the inside receivers.
Smith swings it out to Bowie, and Bowie, nice open field tackle by Dexter McDougal. And that saves the first down, so forces a punt here for West Virginia.
What a very big stop by Maryland's defense. And they did that with speed. Dexter McDougal comes up fast, makes a hit, takes his legs out from under him. He doesn't have a chance to make a play after that. Right there, just takes his legs out. He hits the ground.
Corey Smith on to punt. Stefon Diggs back at his own 15. Smith kept that one short on purpose, but it takes a bounce from Maryland and goes out of bounds at the 23-yard line. A 33-yard punt by Smith. It is still a 10-point game here in the third quarter. West Virginia leading Maryland 24-14 as we go to the fourth. Credit Maryland, handing West Virginia its first scoreless quarter of this 2012 campaign. Justin Kutcher alongside Eric Crouch. And Eric, the story so far has been Maryland in this game, but they've had sustained drives. How do they turn those drives now into points?
Well, they've got to do that with their quarterback. He's got to make great decisions. He's still got to get into that end zone area in the red zone and score points. They'll have a long drive here, and if they can get in that red zone, they got to get in the end zone.
Brandon Ross in the backfield. Hills under center here on first down. The handoff is to Ross, and Ross gets back to the line of scrimmage, tackled by Doug Rigg. Darius, you just saw a little confrontation on the sideline. What happened there for West Virginia?
Yeah, Daniel Holgerson is not happy with his team right now. He just ripped his offensive line earlier in the third quarter and then just ripped Geno Smith about his decision making. He says he's not reading the defense correctly with his first read.
Let's see how Geno Smith responds when he comes back out, but right now it's 2nd and 10 for Maryland, trailing by 10. Hand off to Ross. Ross tackled by Josh Francis after he picks up 3 yards.
You almost wonder right now with this running game if they're trying to set up some play action plays. Well, it was very successful in the first half. You kind of wonder why they've gone away from it.
Is it dangerous setting up play action on 3rd and 7, making your freshman quarterback throw?
3rd and 7 is really not a play action down. It's one of those downs where you've got to drop back and throw the ball. So you're going to see some routes that are at least going to get to the sticks right here.
Justice Pickett now in the backfield on 3rd down. They swing it out to Pickett. Pickett picks up the first down and more. He's up at the 45, gets finally wrestled down at around the 48-yard line. Doug Rigg with his 6th tackle of the day. And another 3rd down conversion, a 21-yard pickup for Maryland.
Well, you see Stefon Diggs coming in here, and he thought he might have been getting the ball, but slowed down the defensive rush just enough for that tailback to get outside and make a big play. Missed tackle as well by Ishmael Banks.
7 for 13 on 3rd down is Maryland in this game. Down is Hills, sacked again. This time it's Josh Francis, his 2nd sack of the day, a loss of 10.
But when the defensive linemen are creating openings, we talked about it for Maryland, but here you see Banks, he just comes on from the outside, really unblocked. Excuse me, Josh Francis.
2nd and 20. Play clock down to 2. Hills with some time. Over the middle, completes to Leak. Leak still on his feet, has another first down, now loses the football. Picked up by West Virginia. Terrence Garvin with the recovery. Maryland saying Leak was down.
I think that ball was coming out.
It is ruled as a fumble. West Virginia ball. Let's look at the replay.
So Marcus Leak had another opportunity to catch the ball, and on this one here, he makes it first down but can't secure the football. Darwin Cook coming up and forcing that fumble. It's all about ball security. At this point in the game, you've got a chance to get your team down here and score points when it's only a 10-point game. You've got to put the ball away. Those are big mistakes.
For the Terps, the 2nd one lost. On 1st down, the handoff to Bowie, who cuts it back. And Bowie up to the 41-yard line, picks up 8. That last rush of 8 yards, the longest run of the day for West Virginia.
Are in. Check the blitz out.
2nd and 2, here they come, picked up. Smith able to dance around, the pass is incomplete. And Jeremiah Johnson was draped all over Tavon Austin, and this crowd again was looking for a pass interference.
They were. Again, they're close calls. You know, the referees are probably going to do that. If they're not calling them in the first half, they may not call them in the second half.
The crowd just saw the replay here in the Jumbotron, and they're booing these referees. So 3rd and 2. Who do you look for, Tavon Austin again or Stedman Bailey?
You can look for both, but Austin's usually in that slot. And if they're bringing pressure, expect him to get the ball.
3rd and 2, they're bringing pressure. Geno Smith has some time. Smith, the pass, and it is Caught by Tavon Austin with Dexter McDougal all over him again.
Take a look at Geno Smith. Rare that you see a ball thrown behind the receiver, but Austin does a great job of adjusting and catching that ball on his arm.
Quickly, they get it out again to Austin. And Austin gets tripped up by Jeremiah Johnson. Fox College football is presented by Geico. 10:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. And the hurry up here for West Virginia. Pass to Ivan McCartney. And McCartney with his first catch of the game. McCartney, Bailey, and Austin last year against Maryland all had 100 yards receiving. A first down for the Mountaineers. Smith again with time. Completes the pass once again to Tavon Austin. Austin now has 10 catches on the day. Dexter McDougal trips him up. His fifth tackle.
Well, you can see he knows where he wants to get the ball. Geno Smith will give this a chance to develop. He sits in the back in the pocket. He looks. Receiver's not there in the first window. Throws it in the second window for completion.
Handoff is to Bowie. And Bowie tackled by McDougal, his sixth tackle. And now extracurriculars here between a couple of guys. Demetrius Hartsfield and Quinton Spain, the left tackle. But how about the day that Tavon Austin is having? Last week, Stedman Bailey set the West Virginia record with 13 catches against James Madison. Austin's got 11 in this one.
Again, he's in the slot right here.
Pass. Once again, it's Tavon Austin. And a flag is thrown.
10 yards, previous spot, still second down.
That one's coming back. Tavon Austin. It looked like he was saying, give me one play off here.
I think he needed a little bit of a break, don't you? How many passes is that? 5 that he caught on this drive so far?
People have asked me, is Tavon Austin NFL caliber? What do you think?
Oh, there's no question about it. I mean, you're going to see him and Stedman Bailey. If Stedman decides to leave early, be first-round picks.
Well, in the round of Jordan Thompson, and Thompson dives forward across the 35. Chipped up by Demetrius Hartsfield, a 3-yard pickup. And Tavon Austin, he was true to his word. I just need one play off.
Yep, here he comes. I think when he gets close to this end zone, he wants to get in the game. What do you think?
He's already got 2 in the game.
That's right.
3rd and 15. Pressure coming. Smith over the middle of Austin. Make it 3 in the game. A 34-yard touchdown pass to Tavon Austin on 3rd and 15. How about his day? 11 catches, 174, 3 touchdowns.
And Tavon Austin, they really understand one another, where they're going to be in certain plays. That was just a seam route. And he hit him in stride.
A day on that last touchdown catch, he now tied the school record for most career receptions, 206. As he tied the mark set by Jock Sanders, 2007 and 2010. This ball will go out of bounds, draw the flag, and give Maryland good field position to start here. Maryland will have the ball when we come back, down 31-14. It is 31-14 West Virginia over Maryland because of our Reese's perfect play.
And the reason this was a perfect play, there's actually two reasons. If you look at Tavon Austin here, he gets inside on a linebacker, Demetrius Hartsfield. That's a mismatch. You should have a corner with someone with speed cover. And then again, on the outside, Pat Miller signaling the blitz is coming. Communication was perfect. The blitz was picked up. Gives Geno time to throw a perfect pass.
Maryland starts at the 35-yard line. Hills has some trouble with the snap, drops back, throws, completes the pass to Marcus Leak. And Leak, let's see her forward progress. It's going to pick up 8 yards, tackled by Terrence Garvin.
Good job of Hills, really just watching that ball for a couple extra seconds and then focusing back on the coverage. He was able to see the zone, the hole, and then Leak made a nice catch for him.
2nd down and 2 with Brandon Ross in the backfield. Hills again completes the pass, this time to Stefon Diggs. Diggs to the outside, down the sideline with a blocker. Cuts it back to the middle. Stefon Diggs to the end zone, touchdown. 56-yard touchdown pass to Stefon Diggs, his 2nd of the game.
What a huge play this was, and a good block too by the guard, Andrew Zeller. You can see as he picks it up, and then Stefon Diggs just gets to the outside, uses his speed, his elusiveness, and cuts back across the grain, and no one was there.
Brad Craddock on for the extra point with the rain now coming down. It is 31-21, back to a 10-point game. Stefon Diggs with the rain coming down hard. Time for our 4-game summary. Perry Hills, the true freshman quarterback, having a very, very good game. The other true freshman, Stefon Diggs, now with 2 touchdowns. Tavon Austin, a big day for West Virginia. Short kick taken at the 11 by Stedman Bailey. And Bailey up to the 28-yard line. All right, so now West Virginia will come back out. Leading by 10 with 7:20 to go. Maryland would love to force a 3-and-out here and get that ball back with time on the clock.
I think you're going to see some tempo created right now by West Virginia's offense.
Geno Smith drops back to pass over the middle. The pass is caught by Tavon Austin, but right there was Kenneth Tate, a loss of 2. 4th quarter here at Milan Puskar Stadium. Justin Kutcher alongside Eric Crouch and Darius Walker. Number 8 West Virginia in a dogfight with their border rivals Maryland, leading 31-21. They were held scoreless in the 3rd quarter. The first time this year they've been held scoreless in any quarter. And now they face a 2nd and 12. That last catch for Tavon Austin. He is now the all-time career leader in catches at West Virginia. Smith, the delayed handoff to Bowie. And Bowie gets tackled by Joe Villano. And he gets tackled for a loss of 2. So now this West Virginia team is moving backwards, facing a 3rd and 14. Remember, they faced a 3rd and 15, and they had a touchdown to Tavon Austin.
A little bit conservative here, in my opinion, because you have 6 minutes left on the clock. If you don't get it here, you put the ball into the true freshman's hands, who's had huge days today.
In motion is Bowie. Smith dancing around that pocket, and the pass is broken up beautifully by Dexter McDougal. A flag comes in, though. And if this against West Virginia, against Maryland, it is not. Well, now you're going to decline that penalty.
79 offense. The penalty is declined. 4th down.
I tell you what, Maryland did exactly what they were trying to do.
They sure did, and they did it with speed, and they did it with a guy making great play. Dexter McDougal That is a huge play. Even if he would have caught that ball, though, I don't know that he would have had the first down. See the reaction there by Geno Holgerson. Not what he wanted.
Corey Smith on to punt. Back deep is Stefon Diggs at his own 35. That 3 and out took 84 seconds. A short punt takes a Maryland bounce out of bounds at the 42. So great starting field position once again for Maryland. And the Terps certainly have life. In this border war battle, Dana Holgerson and West Virginia, they are in a fight, leading by 10 with 5:48 to go. With 5:48 to go, Maryland with all 3 timeouts remaining. Perry Hills in the shotgun.
They're blitzing him.
Pressure coming. Hills gets rid of it. And he was looking for his tight end, Matt Furstenberg. The pressure came from Doug Rigg.
Looked like they were looking for maybe another screen play. They've ran several different types of screens. But when you get pressure coming up the middle right here at a linebacker, it makes it tough. And the defensive lineman too. George Wright doing a great job of just getting his feet, taking him out from underneath him.
2nd and 10 from the 43. Hills pump fake, almost lost the football. Now it's to run with it. And he runs, gets out of bounds. Able to pick up 7 yards.
Looked like Perry Hills had a bit of a problem finding the mic on that last play. You know, coach had told us that he needs to smooth out and get a little bit better with his calls. Seems like he may have had a little bit of trouble figuring out the mic on that last play. That's why he had to tuck it down and run.
Well, that really is the easiest guy to pick up in the defense. That Mike backer is the one that's really right over the ball. That affects a lot of his reads and progressions on which side of the field he goes to.
3rd and 3. Flag on the play. The pass is over the middle, complete to Marcus Leak for the first down.
Illegal formation. Offense. 5 yards. Still 3rd down.
Coach Etchell right here trying to get a timeout called.
He did not get the timeout. He wanted it because he saw the problem with his formation. So instead, you now face a 3rd and 8. They've gone to Justice Pickett out of the backfield on 3rd and 8. They've gone to the tight end, Matt Furstenberg. Recently, Marcus Leak has been a guy to look out for.
Check out Furstenberg. He's in that slot right now. We've seen him all day. Giving him every opportunity right here to have a good spot for the ball.
Not just that, but you're also giving Maryland all the time they need to come up with a good play. I mean, this is essentially a timeout for them.
Exactly. One they don't have to burn. Coach Etzel is getting everybody you can see. Come on, guys, let's get over here. Let's talk about this.
Braxton Miller was an All-American in high school, a guy who had all the tools you need. He's got the arm strength, he's got the legs. Watching him run is exciting.
He's been so impressive. Just the things that he's been able to do to catch defenses off guard. You see him just push a guy down. He's very strong. He's fast. He's been throwing the ball accurately.
Maryland 44.
So now it looks like the ball will be placed on the 44-yard line of Maryland. And they have to get to the 47-yard line of West Virginia for the first down. Are we in 2-down territory?
Yeah, we are in 2-down territory, that's for sure.
So do you go for it all here, or do you just try to pick up 6-7 yards?
looking to the side. I think you really have to pick up the first down, keep the chains moving.
Hills pressured, just throws it up in the air, and they're going to say he was in the grasp. Intentional grounding. The pressure. Carl Joseph, the freshman free safety, comes in untouched.
The safety does come in untouched, but you see the defensive linemen, they come in like they're blitzing, and then they all back off into coverage. Really fooled the quarterback.
A loss of 13 on the play. And the fans here at Milan Puskar Stadium finally have something to make some noise. But a timeout will be called first by Maryland, because this is really the game right here. 4th and 21.
Two safeties deep back here. You'll see that. Middle of the field might be open.
Hills, pressured, gets away, throws down the middle of the field, overthrows, intercepted. Wes Tonkery. You pointed out the safeties were deep, just back there waiting for something.
They sure did, and they dropped the Mike linebacker into coverage too, so really the middle of the field became not open. So really anytime you throw deep and late, it causes a tough situation. You can see right here the safeties, they're back and they're out of there, and that Mikes are dropping, and he's just waiting, and you throw a deep ball down the middle of the field, that's a no-no. You don't do that as a quarterback. You should have checked it to the outside, dropped it off to a crossing route, and let a guy make someone miss to try to pick up that first down to keep the drive alive.
With that said, that deep ball essentially is like a punt. So now they have the ball at the 29-yard line, whereas if you go out, you're looking back there in your own territory. Tavon Austin with the carry. He goes down. The flag comes flying in. You may want to sign up that official, because that was a cannon.
Holding offense, number 80, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Still first down.
Ryan Nealon called for the flag. Although I was told it's actually J.D. Woods, number 81.
Right there, he's got his jersey. You can see that right there. Referees aren't going to miss that call.
Our spotter, Bill Garrity, was on it. He knew it was 81, J.D. Woods. 1st and 14. Smith completes the pass to the man who was just called for the holding, J.D. Woods. 9-yard completion.
A little bit surprised that they're throwing the ball right now. 10-point lead, under 4 minutes left in the game.
A timeout taken here by Maryland to stop the clock. They trail by 10. 31-21 here in Morgantown, West Virginia. And these Mountaineers, I don't know if they thought they'd be tested this hard against Maryland.
They've got a challenge here today. You knew it would come at some point in the season. Just when was it going to be here?
Smith with all the time he could possibly desire. And now he throws, completes the pass to J.D. Woods again. And Woods, let's see where they mark it down. A flag is on the play.
96, 15 yards to the edge, and end of the run. First down.
Well, it doesn't matter where it's marked, because that's a first down for West Virginia. That flag was called against A.J. Francis.
What about the blocking of the offensive line? I mean, I think he threw that pass with 7 or 8 seconds already run off the clock.
And now you wonder, as they move the ball down, do you run the ball?
Well, without a doubt. I think that's the way that they can control this clock. They don't want to give the ball back to Maryland.
Geno Smith is over 300 yards for the 3rd straight game. And the handoff is to Tavon Austin. And as far as this game is concerned, Eric, you look at Maryland and what they have done in this season thus far. They beat William & Mary 7-6, beat Temple 36-27, lost last week to UConn 24-21. But here they have played the number 8 ranked team in the country, West Virginia, tough for the entire game.
Coach Etzel's got to be very happy with the effort that his team continues to give all the way until the last whistle.
We talked about it in the open. A player like Stefon Diggs, can you build the program around him? He had 2 big plays in this game. He's over 100 yards receiving as a true freshman. This Maryland team, you can see that the uniforms they have, Under Armour, the founder, Kevin Plank, went to Maryland. He supports this team. They have the 3rd uniform of the season. Who knows how many more they're going to have. They've almost become the Oregon of the East now with Under Armour. And with these recruits coming in, maybe Randy Etzel is starting to build that program up here for Maryland and College Park.
Well, I was just about ready to say, if I'm a recruit, a young kid, junior, senior in high school, and I'm seeing the young guys play out here, I'm excited about coming to play a program like this. And when they're playing a Big 12 team this tough for the first time, you have to be excited.
Coming up on the AT&T Fox College Saturday game break, Patrick O'Neill, Eddie George, and Joey Harrington are back in studio, standing by, talk about Florida and Kentucky, Casey Paul Hall and TCU, and Monty Ball. That's the big story, maybe, in college football right now. Hand off to Bowie. Bowie cuts it back. A flag comes flying out.
Usually a holding call. Flags thrown in the backfield.
Holding. Number 74 offense. 10 yards. Still first down.
Geno Smith came in with just 9 incompletions. He's had 13 today, but he's over 300 again. 3 more touchdowns. All those touchdowns to Tavon Austin.
Yeah, I like what he's done today. He got challenged a little bit, fought through some injuries. If people are looking at this saying, well, maybe Geno Smith isn't the top Heisman candidate, I still believe that he is.
1st and 20 here for West Virginia. Handoff once again is to Bowie. Today's game is produced by Mike Helling, directed by Mitch Riggin. Our technical director is Joel Blosser. Our technical manager is Matt Benedict. Max Linewan, the birthday boy, celebrated his 30th last night, is our associate director. Benji Lee, our broadcast associate. Statistician Ed Sfida. Spotter Bill Garrity. The presidents of Fox Sports are Eric Shanks and Randy Freer. The executive vice president is John Entz. The coordinating producer, Judy Boyd. 50 seconds to go here in this game. West Virginia will be able to just take a knee, run it out, and move to 3-0 on the season before starting Big 12 play next week against Baylor here in Morgantown. Then they go on the road to Texas, at Texas Tech, home against K-State, and home against TCU. But Randy Etzel and the Maryland Terrapins put up a heck of a fight here today against Dana Holgorsen and West Virginia.
Well, you have to be proud of your team if you're Randy Etzel on how they played for 4 quarters. This team was never really out of the game until the end, until the last 5 minutes of this game. So a program builder, exciting that your players, a character building type game. You come in here and play the 9th ranked team in West Virginia, and you played them tough. And you got something to be proud of, to work off going into next week.
Geno Smith goes over 300 yards once again. Tavon Austin becomes the all-time receiving leader at West Virginia. 31-21 Mountaineers win.